now on to South Africa.
Indeed.
All right. So the very cool MEC of Education in the Gauteng province, in the Afro city of Johannesburg, MEC Panyaza Lesufi. Remember, we spoke about him some time previously on the show. He was the MEC that launched digital classrooms, or e-classrooms, where children in the township schools were equipped with tablets, and he vowed to actually work on a plan to make the classrooms completely what's the word? Ready.
But Panyaza's vision is to turn education into a paperless system.
Paperless, that's the word.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for. He wanted to turn our classrooms into paperless classrooms. So he's been busy again. Now today I heard over the media that he was introducing a new system for parents like myself who are going to be enrolling their kids for big school next year. Tell us more about this, Brawili.
The one thing that I like about MEC Panyaza is that he's a very brave man. He's really shown all of us that things can be done. There's very little from him about talking, but there's lots and lots of action. He's now decided that he wants to go the paperless route for enrollments as well. We see pictures, especially round about any time from September going that way. We see pictures of parents who sleep outside the various schools. One such school is the Parkview Junior out here in Parktown, where parents literally, they queue for places for their kids. And maybe let's use an example of Apple. When we see people queuing for new Apple products outside the various iStores, that
example.
Is what happens with school enrollments. And Panyaza is saying, why should parents waste time, queue from as early as 3 o'clock in the morning just to enroll their kids when actually they can do all of this online? And he's decided he wants to actually, launch the online application system. But we have heard that some of the schools may not be happy with this whole idea, because they feel that this system is going to disempower their SGBs. SGBs are school governing bodies, dear netizens. And I liked how MEC Panyaza rebutted the whole thing when he said, well, there is nothing like that. The SGBs will still have a major role to play insofar as school enrollments go. But he also went further, Vince. He said, the problem why some of these schools are so anti this kind of system is because they want to retain the previous system of being selective about which kids are going to be enrolled at their various schools.
Yeah.
And this system is going to tamper with that somewhat. And it is interesting hearing this from MEC Panyaza, because it's not the first time he's talking about it. You remember there was an incident in Roodepoort at a school where parents were saying, they don't want black staff including the black principal. And he went there and said, this can't happen. These schools belong to the communities within which they are located. You can't start and now dictate, the color of the stuff that you want in the various schools. And even in cases where some of these schools are located in communities where they are predominantly black or white, we know that he's been punting the fact that he wants white teachers to go to township schools. In the same way, he's saying it is time for black teachers to go to predominantly white areas. And, he's on a warpath insofar as this is concerned, MEC Panyaza. You actually have our support. We think that you are on to a definite winning what's the word? Winning what?
Winning path, winning streak.
Winning streak. And we will keep talking about you because of the great things that you're doing. I was actually listening in on SAFM where he was having a debate with one of the school associations about this whole thing that, you know, they feel that their SGBs are going to be disempowered. And somebody called and said, no, man, why is it that this is not happening in other provinces and it's happening in Gauteng only? Well, the MECs of the various of the other 8 provinces, it is really up to them to make sure that they put their provincial education departments on the map. MEC Panyaza is definitely doing great stuff and he's got our full support.
Yeah, he's a very effective netizen and citizen.
Oh yes, and we also know that he's really very active on social media. I can tell you quickly, you know, what are the numbers for MEC Panyaza if I can get to them quickly. In fact, I will share with you his numbers on both Facebook and Twitter as we go.
By the way, shout out to the social media team for the city of Joburg under the leadership and guidance of Tumelo. Is it Komani? Yes, Tumelo Komani.
Cool stuff.
Yeah.